everyone. It's Meg Sharp from the Cambridge Group of Clubs. And if you've seen the Living Well lately, you know I've entered into a bit of a discussion around the importance and complexity of the psoas muscle. Many people refer to it as the muscle of the soul. It is a very deep postural muscle. It stabilizes, helps us stay nice and tall, really attaches our torso to our legs, and its primary movement is hip flexion. So it really drives that thigh right up towards your torso. Because it is postural, when we look at strengthening it, we do want to ensure that we keep our posture as straight and firm and tall as possible. So I'm going to take you through a few quick stability exercises. I'm going to start this one actually sitting down on a chair. So again, nice and tall with our posture, always looking when we're working that psoas to ensure that we don't have it in a position where it's already pre-tightened or already excessively lengthened, but really look at stacking that hip in what I often refer to as a neutral or purely vertical position. If you're lying on your back, you would not be imprinting your back, but neither would you have an extended arch through the back. Postural muscle, so as always, the posture through that entire body is really important. And the psoas really loves to flex the knee above 90 degrees. So I'm going to sit nice and tall. I'm going to keep my feet quite close together to help me with my balance. Nice deep breath in. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring that knee a little bit higher than 90 and hold it there for 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Try the other side. Bring it up for 3, 2, 1. Nice deep breath in. If I want to make it a little tougher, gentle isometric pressure. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Deep breath in. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Let's try that one again. Deep breath in. Exhale, press down. Nice and firm and really straight and tall through that upper body. One more time for 3, 2, 1. Now, if you want to make this a little more dynamic, now I just have a swath of Theraband here, and we did pop some different kinds of dynamic bands into our strength kits. If any of you noticed that online, we are sending those all out around the town, and our members are really loving having these bands. Doesn't replace the toys in the gym completely, but wow, can we ever do some awesome stuff. So I've tied a knot in my band, and I'm now looping it under my left foot, and then I'm going to bring the band over to my right foot. And I'm going to bring the legs again together, and then sit up nice and tall, and this time as I exhale, I'm again still bringing this knee up, but I've got tension pulling from that band. And the cool thing about this is, again, if you did look at the Living Well blog, you also know that the psoas does ever so slightly like to adduct that hip. And so having that slight dynamic, that diagonal pull from the other foot is helpful. Let me do it again for you, show you on the other side. So again, I've got a little knot in my band. I'm going to place it under the arch of my right foot this time. Under the other foot, stack them right underneath my knees. And then nice deep breath in, exhale and pull right there. So nice 90-degree angle there, nice and tall. And you'll notice as that band comes up, I certainly notice that my body wants to sway a little bit, sort of back and forth. And I have to work quite hard to keep those shoulders stacked down and back and to keep that body stock still. In particular, for me, so I do have a bit of a psoas that's both tight and weak. I can feel that low back wanting to arch, so I really have to fight right there. Okay, terrific. Quickly going to take this same exercise into a standing position. This makes it a little more difficult for balance, but I would say you can hang on to something beside you if you like. Again, I'm going to right away use the isometric from my hand, so I'm bringing the knee up. Inhale, pardon me, exhale. Bring the knee above 90, push for 3, 2, 1. And then on the other side, come up and push for 3, 2, 1. And I ideally, if you can do this without use of anything to hold your balance, and then you're going to press with the opposite hand. So I've got my right hand on my left knee, drop it down, and then my left knee up to my right hand, and bring it down. Terrific. There we are in a standing position. Let's go right down onto our backs. So this is a modification of the dying bug. I love this exercise. This is a wonderful one to do right on your back. Again, I want you to be really aware of that neutral posture. You can do this with or without the band. I'm going to prep my band so that it's ready to go when we advance to that one. I'm going to wrap the band around the banister here, tie it in a double knot so that I can create some resistance for myself. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. So let's set myself down. I'm going to square myself to that band. Feet are together. And again, as I mentioned before, I'm not imprinting my back, but I'm also very aware that as I work from bringing this knee above 90 degrees and adding that pressure, especially with the band, that my pelvis will very likely want to rock, right? Want to go into that anterior pelvic tilt, want to increase the arch in my back, and I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that that doesn't happen. Strong, tall posture, so open up that chest, draw the shoulders down and back, anchor myself with my left foot. I bring the right leg up, both hands to the knee, and press for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Exhale, come up and push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No reason why you can't alternate this movement. Push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch legs. And a cool thing about this is as I'm pushing here with this hand, I'm also pushing in with my heel of the opposite leg, which engages through my glutes a little bit. And we definitely know that a weak psoas can often be associated with a weak glute as well. And really anything you can do to improve the stability, front, back, inside, all around that pelvis with a tall posture is great. All right, one last one, my friends, and then I am going to come back next week with a little bit more because there's so much we can do here. Okay, so now I'm going to take this band and I'm going to, again, similar to the chair, I'm going to loop it around my thigh. I'm going to feed my foot in there as well. And now I'll start with that leg a little shy of 90. I'm going to brace, draw those shoulders down and back. Leg is at about 90 degrees here. Anchor with that heel of the opposite leg. Nice deep breath in. Exhale and come in. Breathe in. Exhale and bring that knee right up and getting it above 90 degrees. Nice and controlled. As I mentioned, I am aware of that pelvis being pulled a little bit. I'm keeping it nice and straight, nice and neutral. I referred to it as a vertical pelvis when I was standing or sitting up, not imprinting my low back to the ground, but I'm also absolutely not allowing it to arch. And then you would take that off and repeat the same thing to the other side. So there's a few exercises to start playing with that psoas. Just be really cautious about any repositioning of that low back. Remember that your psoas does connect to those lumbar vertebrae in the bottom of the thoracic vertebrae as well. So when it's firing, there is that potential for it to yank on those vertebrae, which is why you want to be careful to keep that low back in neutral, not allow that tailbone to flip up. Take your time. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure being here with you from my home to yours.